$34,000 persons benefit from NWC amnesty. With 34,000 persons benefiting from the amnesty instituted by the National Water Commission (NWC) to set uncollected debts, the government says it is also ensuring dignified restoration of the commodity. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matty Simodo, said the initiative has been helping pensioners, the program of advanced through health and education path recipients, and members of the disabled community, with sometimes up to 100% reprieved, in other cases 50%. Total reconnections thus far, 7,901 customers have benefited, had their debts written off, and been reconnected to the Commission. This has also yielded some $547 million in collectible revenue, but more importantly, through this initiative the administration has removed $1.4 billion of debt from vulnerable NWC customers, the minister added. He was making his contribution to the 2025-2026 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on May 27. For those who have engaged with the National Water Commission, they don't need to worry about the date. Once their names are on the system before the end of the month of May, we'll be working through the process, and we intend to reconnect all customers, the minister noted. He also noted that the government is taking a very serious look at the small and micro business sectors who have also been asked for a similar program, and at the conclusion of the initiative for the targeted group, will make an announcement very soon for the small business sector. The NWC, which is an agency of the government, has a mission to contribute positively to national development by providing high-quality portable water and suitable services to residents and businesses in a cost-effective and sustainable manner. Sergeant McLean called for introduction of drone patrol by the JCF. Chairman of the Police Federation, Sergeant Arlene McLean, is calling for the introduction of drone patrol by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. She says this would provide real views to officers and enhance public safety. Sergeant McLean notes the call for body-worn cameras but indicates that drone patrols could be a more effective crime-fighting tool. She was making her speech at the Police Federation conference.
I note there is a desperate call for body-worn cameras. We are not averse when it comes on to the wearing of body-worn cameras. It's a part of our narrative when we speak at parades, briefing parades, and so on, and meet with our membership. Jamaica 62, when there were 1,000 drones, and I also said that 1,000 drones, we could have 50-50 for each division, have a drone patrol system, and that drone system could capture so many things in addition to a body-worn camera, and even do a better job based on research than a body-worn camera. So we are calling for some consideration for drone patrol to see how best we can equip our men and women to have that aerial view, that full coverage, and enhance public safety.
Mackenzie calls for national unity in preparing Jamaica for hurricane season. Local Government Minister Desmond Mackenzie has called for national unity in preparing the country for the upcoming hurricane season. He made the plea during the sectoral debate in Parliament on Wednesday. The minister said when it comes to natural disasters, politics should not come into play. He said the hurricane season begins Saturday, June 1, and the municipal corporations have been advised to undertake drain cleaning exercises.
As a country, and I urge support in speaking to the nation about preparing ourselves. You know, when we talk negative and we are critical about sensitive services that are offered by government, people become confused because they don't understand why we are saying this and somebody else is saying that. Madam Speaker, the question of disaster must never encounter political roadblock in this country, and I call for national unity. I call for national unity in preparing the country for the upcoming hurricane season, Madam Speaker. We have provided the resources, Madam Speaker, to ensure that the country can respond, Madam Speaker. And the launch of the hurricane season will take place next week. and the Most Honorable Prime Minister will speak to the nation. The municipal corporations have been advised that for the month of May and June, their PRF allocations should be used for drain cleaning mitigation across the country. I urge the country to listen to the various bulletins, members of parliament, councillors, to engage your constituents, especially those who are in areas that are prone to flooding. And let me make the point, Madam Speaker, there's no longer any area of Jamaica that you can say that flooding will not take place, Madam. We are seeing a difference now, Madam Speaker, and I urge the country to get on board, Madam Speaker.
PM says upgraded U.S. travel advisory signals that Jamaica is a more secure destination. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the upgrade in the United States travel advisory for Jamaica is a signal to the international community that is the island it is more secure destination. The United States Department of State revised its travel advisory for Jamaica to Level 2. The Level 2 alert, which urges Americans in Jamaica to exercise increased caution in an upgrade from the previous Level 3 destination. Dr. Holness says the upgrade is an encouraging development that reflects the hard work, commitment, and discipline that the administrator has brought to bear on matters of national security and foreign affairs. The Prime Minister notes that the decline in murders and crime generally will have a positive impact on tourism.
This upgrade is not incidental. There are those who will seek to dismiss it or downplay it. But for those persons particularly affected in the tourism sector, for persons who are understanding of the impact of a negative travel advisory, the importance of this moment is well understood. It is the direct result of years of targeted policy implementation, investments in security infrastructure, and sustained diplomatic engagement. It signals to the international community that Jamaica is safer and a more secure destination, not only for visitors, but for residents, for citizens. We have always said that if we were to reduce crime, you would see a significant increase in our GDP. Well, you're going to see that now. You're going to see, first of all, an increase in tourism. You're going to see a change in the nature of the tourism that we have. Immediately, you're going to see Jamaica becoming a place for conventions, a market which we had a foothold in, but not a strong foothold. Now we have the ability to market ourselves in this way. But more than that, Jamaica then becomes a place for community tourism, because persons who would like to visit, they hear so much about Jamaica, but the travel advisors say, don't go here and don't go there. And who are the people making it impossible for us to develop the potential that we have in community tourism? It's the organized criminals, preventing you from realizing your natural asset and true potential.
Freelancer Michael McLean remembered as versatile newsman. Veteran journalists, family and friends gathered on Friday to honor the life and legacy of former freelancer Michael McLean, hailing him for his versatility in covering news in South Central Jamaica. McLean, 64, died on May 3rd after a prolonged illness. He had a freelance which lasted for 6 media houses. Among those in attendance at the funeral service at the Black River Methodist Church and interment at the Longwood Cemetery were members of the media fraternity in South Central Jamaica and former Press Association of Jamaica president and deputy executive producer, editor at Nationwide News Network, George Davis. Senior journalist Garfield Angus from the media fraternity in honoring McLean. He was ever joyful and a versatile newsman. Though gone, Maka will be remembered for his infectious laughter. He worked as a news correspondent for the Jamaica Observer, The Gleaner, RFM, and a few other media houses. During his time, Maka not only demonstrated the skill to locate the news, but he also demonstrated great skills in photography, stated Angus. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.